So I'm going to switch gears here a little bit because you sent me
Yes.
something in the mail and I want to talk
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Yeah. Tell me
Yeah.
about.
So look at this. Look at this.
Yeah. Look at
It's
that.
awesome. I
What
love
do
your
you
book.
think?
I love this book. So tell me about this book. Tell me how it got started. You've got a co-author here. And then on the inside, I think there's 3 of you. You want to tell me a little more about it?
Yeah. So the Pivotal College Years is an online college planning portal. It is the alternative to hiring a high-priced college consultant like me, and a great gap tool to help for the DIY that may not be getting what they need out of their school system, or any other resources to help them manage the process. So Shelley Honeycutt and Shelley and the other individual, Kathleen Dion, who's in the book, they created Pivotal years ago, and I had the privilege of being asked if I want to join Pivotal as a partner, and I jumped at it real quickly. Shelley and I used to compete against each other back in the loan program days and the consulting days. A world of information. She does the same thing I do on the South Shore. So we're both private consultants in this industry, looking at financing and going. And we sat down and said, you know what? There's a world of information out there. It's not in one place. Most of it comes with a hook or a teaser. Let's put something together to augment Pivotal as a resource that people can use to walk their children and their family through the process. So we wrote the first version. We're already working on version 2 because I don't think we have enough information in the beginning about financing. We're going to move some of the career information to the back. But it's a great workbook. I think it's a great workbook because it's a workbook. It's to be written in, it's to be used, it's to be photographed, it's to be move me along. It's if you want to play football, here's your playbook.
Yeah.
All of the plays. We're out there selling it on Amazon. We're investigating a couple new distribution centers to get it into libraries and bookstores, and companies that want to become partners of Pivotal, organizations want to become Pivotal. I was talking to Shelley yesterday. We're thinking about, we'll donate a certain percentage as a new partner comes on board. So it's one of multiple. We have a scholarship guide. We have a practical funding guide that we're revising. And I'm working on a managing your student loan debt workbook right now to be used hopefully in organizations that want to bring us in to help them talk to their employees or their anybody's about how to manage their debt. So yeah, it's a whole new world for Tom O'Hare.
Okay, that's great. And I'll put a link to your book in the bottom of the video. And
Yeah.
that's how we met and how our work kind of dovetails is my book is helping students I'm just peeling off at the essay portion, which is just a fraction of this whole process. Your book is the whole process. I'm focused on this one little sliver of the process, but my mission is the same. I want to give students who can't get in front of, who don't have the resources to get in front of, expensive, or maybe they don't have the availability. Maybe they live in remote areas where there aren't the educational consultants available to help walk them through this process. And so I want to give them a do-it-yourself option that's workable for them. And I think that between the 2 of us and these videos, we're going to be able to lead some students through. And when we're done with the financial part, which is what we really wanted to start with, because we want people to understand that college is something that you pay for. There is no grant that's going to come along later. It's amazing to me how many students are waiting for the grant. They talk about grants. There's no grants. No one's going to pay for you to go to college. So we want people to understand college is something you pay for. And then I want to also help them understand with the writing portion, because it's a kind of writing they haven't really done in high school. And for some students, they may never do again, but I want them to understand that it's not this nebulous draw from the depths of your soul, write the great American novel. It's academic writing, and it's a formula. It can be learned. It's technical. It's a skill. You need to have that skill as a college graduate anyway, because it doesn't matter if you're not an English major, all college graduates write. So you need to be able to put your thoughts on paper. So
Right.
anyway, that's
And,
how we dovetail.
and the writing you're helping people with goes beyond just the essay. It's the supplemental questions that can be sometimes very challenging for students because it's all about revealing things about them that schools need to know. So if they're not getting an interview or they're not having a virtual one-on-one conversation similar to what we're doing, which they should do, those two exercises, those two representations are critical. So the work you're doing to help, yeah, it augments what we do as consultants. We talk about essays and writing them, but do not get into the depth that you do. So that's why we need to have people on our team and in line with us. So we need to spend some more time at some point talking about essay cure.
We're going to, and I think it's playing out perfectly because over the summer, it's only May when we're getting the financial aid stuff up first, but then over the summer, they can start working along with us because that's when students should be working on their essays, not in September when their AP classes start.
Summer's a great time to do that creative writing, exploring, brainstorming, and all of that. As they're also looking at their college list, as they're refining a little bit, coming out of the junior year with a resume in hand. We had a Boston fair, college fair, the National College Fair in Boston, and I had one of my students, a great kid. I said to her, before you go, what are you going to leave them? Beyond a handshake and a smile, what are you going to give them? What should I give them? I said, you should give them a resume. So we created a resume, which all students that I work with, and it talks about in the workbook that they should create a resume. She came away from the fair. It was Friday night, Thursday night. She went to it. 8:30. She's texting me. Just left the fair. I'm so excited. I left so many people my resume, and now I have people to follow up with. So it's those kind of things that can motivate the students and make this process that's so emotional and struggling sometimes a blast.
Yeah, what a different spin.
Yeah. We are talking to consumers. So if you're listening, you're a consumer. Yes, you're a parent and a student, but you're a consumer, and we've got to become better consumers when it comes to buying a higher education. Whether it's 4-year, 2-year, community college, vocational, technical. So right now, if you're still filing your financial aid forms, do it. If you haven't, get it going. And as you get your award letters, compare them and call the schools to talk to them. Financial aid officers are your friends. They're trying to help you make the decisions to get it in. Okay. So let's close with that on that section.